Hello, all you coin collectors out there, and welcome to the DC Coin World International Coin Channel. Today, we're going to take a look at the 1 cent coins from Canada. Let's just start with the 2011. So, this is the 2011 1 cent coin from Canada. I should note that Canada has never, that I know of, ever called their coins penny coins. I mean, in sense of they've never written that on the coin. This is a 2011 version. We're looking at the back, a George Kruger Gray engraving. And some of you who've seen our Australia video will say, hey, wait, KG, we know that. That's the guy whose initials are above the kangaroo's tail on the Australian. So George Kruger Gray, the engraver who engraved this Australian penny, is also the one who engraved the back of this Canadian penny, the famous sprig of maple leaves. This 2011 version is very shiny, so it's hard to kind of get the light right on it, is the next to the last year they made them. And that's why we have so many Canadian pennies or 1 cent coins that we're going to look at, because Canada doesn't use the 1 cent coin anymore. They have stopped making them in 2012 and stopped distributing them in 2013. That doesn't mean you might not still get some in change, but they are not minted anymore or produced anymore. The problem was that it just cost them more to make them than they were worth. This is a copper-plated steel coin, and if we turn it over, we'll see the engraving of Queen Elizabeth II when she was 77 years old. This is a Susanna Blunt engraving. Nice, the pearls, I believe, down here, and the earring again. Elizabeth II, DG Regina, by the grace of God, Queen. We have this beaded inner rim, and then we have the Royal Canadian Mint sign down here. Next, we'll go back to a prior portrait, and I wanted to throw this one in because copper-plated steel of the more modern Canadian coins wasn't there always. This is one of the bronze coins, and this is again is Elizabeth II, DG Regina. This is the Arnold Machen portrait of the Queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. Smooth edge, 1 cent, 1976. I should say that these coins are all the same size in terms of diameter and everything, and that is 19.05 millimeters in diameter and 3.24 in weight. Then as we go back, we find the first of the series of small cents. And the first Canadian small cents came really, really early. And they were with the George V small cents, which started in 1920. This is a 1935 version. And again, this is the same size as the modern one. It's 3.24 grams, just like the modern one. It says George V, Dea Gratia, Rex, King, by the grace of God. It doesn't say Regina, because Regina means queen and Rex means king. And Imperator of India, or Emperor of India, and he's facing to the left. If we go to the back, we see a very basic back on these coins. It says Canada 1 cent 1935. So this coin was made from 1920 to 1936. Edgar B. McKennell did the portrait of the king. Fred Lewis and James Blakemore did this back. And again, we see the Canadian maple leaves came very early. And that's where George Kruger Gray adopted them from. This coin, there were 7.5 million of these coins made. So there's quite a few of them out there still. But it has some value, a couple dollars US. And then finally, we'll go back to the large Canadian penny. One of the things you'll notice about the large Canadian penny, it was not as large as the other large pennies. It came very early. This is in 1890. It's in 1893, and it's Queen Elizabeth, Queen Elizabeth's great grandmother, Queen Victoria, and you see it says Victoria Dea Gratia, and if we can get that over there, Queen Canada, and she's facing to the left. And this particular portrait on the coin from 1876 to 1901, but they made a couple different versions, and this is the last version. This is the 1893 version. We also have a 1897 version, so you can look at the front and the back at the same time. And you see that a little bit similar in terms of the back of this coin and the back of the first small penny. They kind of took the leaves. See how these maple leaves go around? They took the leaves, put them here. So this is 1897, this is 1894, and this one went from 1876 to 1901. In 1893 they made 2 million. In 1897 they made 1.5 million. This coin is a bronze coin just like the other ones, and when we put them up next to each other we see this is the modern, more modern one, and it's much smaller. All right, that's all we have today from the DC Coin World International Coin Channel. We'd love to have you subscribe to our channel, and if you have any comments, please leave them in the comments section.